Hey guys, this is Justin, one half of the Sushi Jackknife team. Just wanted to let you know that there are a couple interesting things about this week's episode. First of all, we had some audio issues. A microphone decided to commit suicide while we were recording. So you'll hear a little bit of a changeover, and we explain it somewhat in the episode as well. My mic died, and we changed it to a different mic. The other thing I wanted to let you know, this episode was a little short, so what we're going to be doing is releasing in just a couple days the first kind of preliminary recording that Nathan and I did sitting down at his kitchen table when we were kicking around the idea of starting the podcast. It was recorded on just an iPhone. So I'm going to try to do the best I can with the audio quality, but no, it's not going to be amazing. Of course, by now, you're used to not so amazing. There's a couple other little quirks audio-wise in this episode, but I think it's solid anyway. Hope you enjoy. Hope you're coming to expect this and anticipate this and enjoy this to some extent each week. And hang in there with us, guys. We got big stuff coming. Oh, it's going to be great. Talk to you soon. Hello and welcome to episode 7 of Sushi Jackknife.
I think that was the first actual intro we've ever had to any of these shows.
You're absolutely right about that.
I don't know how that happened.
Yeah. We're in a new location tonight.
Yeah, we are.
Well, not a new location, an old location.
I mean,
oh, this beer is amazing. We are in my basement.
doo-doo.
Upstairs, you may hear in the background my child crying.
I can do my impression of it if you'd like, just in case they can't.
I would love that. That's about right.
Yeah,
That's about right. Yeah,
accurate.
Should we do the mood lighting? It can get lighter in here. I don't know if we should do it or not.
I mean, it's up to you. This is all your thing.
Yeah?
I've been the host before. Okay. I'm no longer the host. I'm just like the sidekick that's here.
No, that's not how that works.
No, it's how it works.
It's 50-50.
No, not anymore. Now I have like 10% responsibility, and I'm okay with that.
Approved by Nathan. So it's Holden's bedtime. Holden's going to sleep. He's attempting to go to sleep anyway. What are we drinking? You have...
I actually just finished my tea, so I have nothing.
Uh-oh, that's a problem.
I'm going to thirst to death.
We can rectify that. There's a lot of problems with this new setup. It's cold in the basement, first of all. We have a heater going, so we're trying to rectify that. We have a great table down here that is Nathan's that is, I guess, permanently on loan to me or something.
Yeah, something
like that.
It's here.
It's here now.
It's in the basement.
I have 2 dogs, one of which has her head in his crotch.
And the other one keeps trying to gently make love to my leg.
The fuzzy one.
In a loving way. I mean, it's
love. It's
I
all
feel
love.
like it's very tender.
Oh, yeah.
But fond of my leg.
He also
very fond.
He's been doing the weird chewing on your leg with the side of his mouth thing, which he does to everyone. Oh, and the other issue is I'm trying to open this veggie beef jerky, which we just lost half our audience when I said the words veggie beef jerky, and it's leaky. It's sticky.
There is no part about this that is a good thing.
I really can't deal with this. We're going to have to do something about this. I'm going to eat it, but I got to get sticky, and I hate more than anything being sticky. Can I tell you about... Yeah, go ahead.
I just think getting sticky because you're eating tofu.
Tofu, like,
is not... It's even worse than just being sticky for a normal reason.
This is called Primal Strips. Meatless vegan jerky soy. This flavor is Texas barbecue. This is kind of hilarious, actually. On the wrapper is a little cartoon spirit man hugging a little cartoon spirit cow, as if to say that you can eat this and you didn't kill anything in the process.
Can you imagine walking up to someone in Texas with that whatever it is you're holding and going, "Hey, This tastes like barbecue. Exactly like barbecue.
I think they'd send me right back to San Francisco.
Well, they still have the death penalty in Texas. So.
Oh, yeah. They might just murder me. Okay. I have to say, Primal Strips, I'm glad you're not one of our sponsors. I like Tazo too.
It smells. It does not smell great to me.
It smells okay to me. It looks really weird. It looks kind of like tree bark with a blister on it. Kind of like fish skin.
It looks like some of the dog treats that we give Charlie, but if they were wet.
It is definitely wet. You know, it's not great radio, but it isn't bad. Primal Strips, you have my endorsement, one half of a sushi roll endorsement. Guys, you can go to primalstrips.com/sushi jackknife, or just tweet.
Just go to the shop and buy as much Primal Strip as you can.
Yeah, you can get one with my face on it. It's Tazo Teriyaki Primal Strip.
Oh, man.
This is not bad, dude. You can eat the other one. What flavor is that one?
Hickory smoked. It has natural smoke flavor in it, which I don't know if that means they smoked the tofu.
This is great, actually. I love this. My dog is going to freak out. Amber.
Just hang around. You may get the rest of this, Amber.
Nathan, I'll eat it if you don't eat it. It's good.
I'm not smart
Nathan's
enough to
struggling
open
to open his now. It's a little chilly in here.
Oh, it's warm to me.
You feel warm?
Well, you've heard about my house. I have no heat.
He has no heat. So, I remind you guys that we record in Nashville. We are in Nashville, Tennessee. And over the last... Oh, that's a weird expression you have on your face.
It's slimy.
Eat it.
Beef jerky isn't slimy.
Eat it. How do you feel?
It's very fibrous.
That's a good word for it. Fibrous is definitely a good word for it. So we've been inundated with snow this week. Oh, I get the rest of it.
Yeah.
I get round two. We've been inundated with snow this week. You might call it a Snowmageddon.
Well, they did on the news, I believe.
South. I mean, I think we had all of 2 inches. So if you're listening to this and you are from somewhere that gets more than 2 inches every year, you can just go ahead and scoff at us. We don't know what to do. It's fine.
Basically, any other state north can scoff at us.
Being from Georgia, we wouldn't know what to do either. I will say that. Okay, I'm about to try the hickory smoked. So maybe that's why we're in my basement eating vegan jerky, is because we've been snowed in all week. And this is kind of a party right now compared to what I've been doing most of the week.
I was really excited today, genuinely excited in a very nerdy way, when I walked outside and went, oh, the sun's out. I can go outside and look at the sun for a second. It was still like 40 degrees when I did this.
Nathan's outside, like, staring into the sun. Burning out his corneas.
No, yeah, so it's been cold.
Yeah.
And we woke up yesterday, my wife and I, and we're like, man, it's really cold in our house. This isn't natural. And I go and look on the thermostat, and it says it's 52 degrees in our house.
Uh-oh.
And I go, well, that's not right either, because heaters aren't supposed to do that, I'm pretty sure.
Muchos problemas.
So I spent like 2 hours going back and forth going, I'm going to figure out what's wrong with this. And breaking ice off of it and doing all this stuff. Never got to work.
Nothing happened.
Never got to work. But I'm concerned that I may have almost gotten frostbite.
Oh my God. Did you have gloves on?
No.
Oh, Nathan. Put gloves on, man.
Well, I wasn't planning on doing anything out there. But my hands are fine now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Don't worry about your hands. You have beautiful, soft man hands.
Well, thank you. I like to think so. Yeah. So anyway, so this basement is pretty warm to me.
Yeah. Oh, where we are currently. Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. Compared to your 52 degrees house.
Right. It's 60s now.
Yeah.
We got up to the 60s.
It's probably low 60s down here, which is a little chilly to me. I wanted to tell the people what we're drinking because this is kind of special.
Oh, I don't have the name of what I'm drinking.
You are having, I know what you're having. You're having tea. You're having a traditional medicinals.
This sounds correct.
I hope you're not listening, Tazo. Traditional medicinals, St. John's wort. Mm-hmm. I think it's called Blues Away or something like that. So,
and my blues went right away.
They went right away.
It went right away.
He's feeling really happy.
Oh, man.
He's got a Joker-wide smile. And I'm happy, too, because I'm having a Highland Brewing Company. These guys are out of Asheville, North Carolina. Great beer company. I've never had anything bad from them. This is a black mocha stout.
I would say that Asheville is one of my favorite vills.
It's a great vill.
Out of all the vills, it's top 10.
Oh, yeah.
Top 10 vill.
Including the place. I think I'd take Asheville over Nashville in some ways. What did you like about Asheville? There's some cool stuff that happens there.
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't have anything specific.
I have lots of specific, because I spent summers up there in high school, because a really good friend of mine moved there in like the middle of high school, and so we wanted to keep in touch, so I'd go up there and we'd like put coins on train tracks and go around and eat places. It's very hippie up there, but kind of fun hippie. That's good. Hippie areas are fun. They usually are.
Whether you enjoy hippies or not.
Yes. Yeah. They have a Moog Fest. The Moog Fest is there, the synthesizer.
Interesting.
Every year, which is kind of cool. They also have something called the Leaf Festival, which kind of fits more with the everyday fair in Asheville.
Right.
What else? Oh, I saw this really awesome. You know how we have street performers in Nashville, and it's always like aspiring country homeless.
Mm-hmm. Listen to me butcher this Taylor Swift song that you didn't like anyway. Yeah.
These in Asheville, I saw a dude playing a piano with like an upright piano with like the front part removed, so you could see all the hammers, and a drummer, and it was awesome. It was the best street performance I've ever seen. It was like jazz, kind of upbeat.
That sounds pretty cool.
Which leads us to jazz.
Yeah, jazz. So I'm a jazz person now.
Yeah. Is that why you're wearing a beret and smoking a cigarette out of a long holder? And...
I've started using heroin a lot. Not really everybody.
I hope not.
But
there's too much heroin in my life already.
I all of a sudden am all about jazz.
All about that jazz.
And I don't know how that happened.
Yeah.
But I've just been listening to a lot of jazz.
It happened.
Thelonious Monk.
Thelonious Monk.
It's Thelonious all the time, 24/7 in my head.
I love Thelonious Monk.
It's very relaxing, but not in a bad way.
Yeah.
Like, relaxing music a lot of time makes me very unhappy.
Where it's like,
yeah.
That kind of relaxing music, yeah.
It's very good, and dissonant chords make me happy.
Yeah,
and
me
there's
too.
so many of those.
He's the king of that.
Oh yeah,
yeah. You ever see his hands like in a video or something? Mm-mm. His hands are like he plays like flat.
Okay,
like his fingers.
Well,
are
I know
flat.
from piano lessons that's how you're supposed to play, right?
No, not at all. You're supposed
My
to
piano
play,
teacher would be so upset.
Oh, that's like a ruler smack from most like traditional piano teachers.
But every good jazz performer didn't play their instrument correctly.
That's very right.
I mean, Dizzy Gillespie.
Yeah.
Everything.
The puffy cheek thing?
Everything
not
he did
correct.
wrong.
Yeah.
Everything.
And later in life, he could like fit a child in one of those cheeks. I love Dizzy Gillespie. He's one of my favorites.
I think he just carried his grandchildren around in his cheeks.
Salt peanuts. Yeah. It's a great song. Bird. We have a children's book about Charlie Parker.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's called Charlie Parker Played Bebop. And it's at first we read it and we were like, this is a really stupid book with no plot. But then we realized it's all about the rhythm. Right?
There you go.
It's by this guy named Chris Rachka. And I know that because we always read the title to Holden and the author and all that. So I can recite part of it for you if you'd like.
Oh, yes, please.
Charlie Parker played bebop. Charlie Parker played saxophone. The music sounded like bebop. Never leave your cat alone. And then there's a drum solo right in the middle, right in the beginning of the book. It goes bippity poppity pop, bang. Charlie Parker played
I can see how that would
bebop.
be really, really stupid if you weren't doing
Yeah,
it
you
rhythmically.
have to do the rhythm. You have to do the rhythm. It's like never leave your cat alone. What?
Yeah,
Huh?
so Charlie Parker played bebop.
Charlie Parker
He
played saxophone.
So.
The music sounded like bebop.
Bebop.
Barbecue that last leg bone. That's later on. It's pretty great though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I spent way too much time on eBay the other day looking at jazz records because
baby.
try as I might,
Yeah.
I cannot find a good jazz record here in the city of Nashville.
You need to go, and maybe you've already investigated this. Really close to us, Phonolux.
I can't go there. It's too expensive. It upsets
It
me
is
every time I go in
expensive,
there.
but I got for $8. I got a double LP. Now this is not like an original release.
Okay.
This is Dizzy Gillespie and Sonny Rollins, the saxophone player,
Right.
who I love. This is from the original master tapes that was never released, I guess.
Okay.
So it's kind of a cool thing. It's a double LP, and it is awesome. I mean, you know how Dizzy Gillespie sometimes does like Latin feels?
Yeah.
There's some of that.
Yeah.
There's it's we'll have to listen to it sometime. It's
Okay.
really good.
Yeah. The last time I was in there, they had because obviously I always check the Bob Dylan section.
Of course you do.
I mean,
You're a big fan.
love
We've
love
talked
Bob
about
Dylan.
this so much.
Love Bob Dylan.
You know the record Self-Portrait.
Yeah.
He got that in Nashville. Just learned that the other day.
I'm sorry, Nashville.
I know. Well, he got other greats. He got Blonde on Blonde,
Yeah.
John Wesley Harding,
Yeah.
and Nashville Skyline, and Self-Portrait in Nashville.
What studio? Do we know what studio?
At least Blonde on Blonde I know was Columbia A.
Okay.
Columbia Studio, which they just renovated and reopened.
This is, by the way, probably the least interesting segment of any podcast we've ever done to someone who doesn't care about music.
That's true, but I hope some of our audience cares about music.
I hope none of them do.
Well,
And then they're just saying here going, well, they got to stop eventually.
yeah.
They got to.
Or they become our puppets and
Yeah.
they only listen to what we listen to.
Anyway, so they had, I want to say it was John Wesley Harding.
Okay.
Which is not a hard record to find. And I bought
Yeah,
it
yeah.
somewhere for $4.
Oh, great. Great.
Good price. I'll admit it's a good price.
Yeah.
They had it for like $20 there.
Oh, yeah. They know what they're doing.
But you can get it for 10 easily.
Yeah.
Easily.
Yeah. Phonolux, they know what they're doing. And, you know, it definitely has that high fidelity vibe when you walk in.
yeah.
Except everyone is way nerdier and probably a good 10 years older.
Yeah, they do when you buy something there, because I've bought
Yeah.
2 things there
Yeah.
in my life, do have like the pretentious like look at you
Oh, yeah.
about what you're buying
They
thing
do
going.
that, yeah.
Like I feel like the next time I need to go in there, I need to get something that's super obscure and
Right,
weird,
right.
just so I can go, oh, you haven't heard this?
They'll love you.
This is actually my 4th copy of this.
I'm just buying it because, you know, I don't play the other
I like to have backups. The cover is, I mean, it's near mint. Near mint.
Near mint. I mean, I could have paid 20% less of the, you know.
Do you have a mint copy of this? This one's near mint. Just a near mint.
Yeah, Matt. And you know, when you go in there, I will say that I've been in there before, and there are often, hey, dogs barking.
I'm upset,
Hey,
just
guys.
like them.
Whoa, let's calm down, everybody. Hey. Are we all good now? Are we good?
I feel okay about the whole thing.
Okay, we've stopped barking, so that's an improvement.
Your dogs are so jumpy.
They are very jumpy, I agree. Yes.
I got a lot of static in my headphones right
Do you?
now.
Yeah, I've got some too. It's the power supply. It's when I take it out, it'll go away. Watch. It's gone.
I'm
still hearing staticky.
No, it's gone.
You hear the?
Is that going to come through? Is everyone going to hear that?
No, it won't come through. No, it's always there when the.
I just want them to know what it's like right now. Okay.
We could probably roll without it for a while. We could probably roll without it for a while because of because I've got some battery going. So
well, I don't. We can do it.
I hate it.
I don't really care. Quite frankly, I do not care, Justin.
I do care. And for some reason, my mic has dropped in level all of a sudden. Welcome to the technical corner of Sushi Jackknife. Hi.
Man, no one is.
Welcome to the technical corner.
Can we agree that this is so far the podcast where it's for a very, very small percentage of the people in the world?
Oh, God. If you're still listening at this point.
Wow. They've talked about music, jazz, and they're going to talk about their technology. This is probably my favorite podcast.
Well right now. I know. Well, I will say I've listened to plenty other podcasts where there are issues similar to these.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And now I'm back. Now I have gain again. It's so weird, man.
It's magic.
My mic is being strange, but that's okay.
I want to point out that my mic is perfect.
Your mic, I always give you the best mic. Do you know that?
I think that it's mostly just my aura.
Well, yeah.
My aura just exudes positivity to the microphone.
There's definitely. Oh, there I am.
Oh my!
There's a ton of me all of a sudden. There's definitely something to that. Yeah. Wow. I knew I shouldn't have changed the gear. You know, I changed the gear. I do one simple thing. I change the gear and to try to make it easier to edit and mix and make it better quality wise. And
I guess we've learned a lesson.
We've learned our lesson. This is what we get. Don't depend on old technology, guys, not new technology.
Yeah.
Yeah.
New stuff is the worst.
It's the worst.
All of it.
Yeah, that's why we've been talking about vinyl.
That's why I have a 1992 Ford Explorer. Why? New cars are the worst.
They're the worst. You can't work on them. They die on you. They have computers in them.
If your car shifts into gear without sounding like it's about to explode, it's the worst.
So now I think we should just switch into car talk mode.
Okay.
Well, let's take a call.
Okay.
Hello, you're listening to Car Talk.
Hi, I have a Honda Prelude, and when I get in the car, it doesn't do the car thing I want it to do.
Okay, do you think you could describe the problem a little more in detail for me?
Yeah, I step on the pedal, and it doesn't do the car thing.
Okay, you mean it doesn't go forward?
It's not carring.
It's not moving?
It's not carring anywhere.
Okay. When you say carring, I just want to kind of decode you a little bit here for the listening audience.
Yeah. It's not carring.
Okay. And what gear do you put it in?
Car.
So, I think that popped into my head because I was listening to NPR on the way to your house and earlier, and Car Talk came on. And then I remembered that one of them died.
Yeah, when I heard that one of them died, that's one of the very few mild celebrity. They're not really celebrities, whatever they are. Death
personalities.
Yeah, where it was actually upsetting, at least slightly. I mean, it's not terribly surprising. He wasn't a young
man,
but you're like, oh, that's a bummer. There's a lot of celebrity things like that where you're just like, okay.
Yeah.
Like when Whitney Houston died, I'll be honest, my first reaction was, yeah, okay.
Yeah,
that seems
that was
accurate.
going to happen sometime.
But yeah.
Yeah.
This week, speaking of celebrity deaths.
Ooh, is this going to be a regular segment?
No.
Okay.
No. And as a podcast person, I've encountered this individual many times on many podcasts. Harris Whittles.
I don't know who that is.
So he was an executive producer
okay.
on Parks and Recreation.
The television show?
Yes, the television program.
Got it.
And then basically was a guest on every podcast I ever listened to all the time somehow.
That's interesting.
Anyway, but he died this week.
What happened to him?
Overdose, probably.
Oh no.
It's a really interesting podcast, and everyone should go listen to this. There are 2 episodes of You Made It Weird with Pete Holmes.
I've heard of the show. I haven't listened to the show.
With him on it.
Okay.
The first one, he talks about how he doesn't feel like he has a problem with drugs. Then the second one, he talks about how he realized he had a problem with drugs and went into rehab.
Oh.
It's a very interesting
yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
So that was another
progression.
Bummer. That was another bummer one where I heard that and went, oh.
Yeah. You remember Mitch Hedberg?
Yeah, that was a bummer one.
I was sad when he died.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And this is along the same lines because they both were like the one-liner comedians. He did a lot of one-liners.
Okay.
Or very cheesy word jokes, which I'm, as a word fan.
You're fond of those.
I love words.
You are fond of those.
Mm-hmm. Linguistics.
Linguistics.
Anyway, so that's a bummer.
Linguistics should be the subtitle for our...
Linguistics.
That's the category we're in. In iTunes. Wordplay.
We've been looking for a good linguistics podcast.
Yeah.
No, Sushi Jackknife, number 32 in linguistic podcast. There's only 30 of them.
I love it.
Somehow Dead Air has beaten them in 2 different spots.
The White Noise Show with your host, Mr. Smith.
I would probably listen to that occasionally.
The White Noise Show?
Yeah.
Only if he did something different every time. You know
Different
what I mean?
white noises?
Yeah, like he'd have to shake it up somehow. I don't know exactly what that would look like, but there'd have to be something there.
What if it was not white noises, but ambient noises?
Ambient noises, yeah, definitely.
So, like, one is just like an hour and a half of rain.
I like that idea.
And then another one is like an hour and a half of water running.
Yeah.
Basically, all the ideas I have involve water.
Okay.
So,
that's fun.
an hour and a half of an aquarium.
Solitary bubbles.
Hour and a
float
half
to the
of someone
top
drinking
and
water.
explode.
Just
That would not be relaxing to me. That right now, that's bothering
for an
me.
hour and a half.
That's terrible. That's a horrible idea. Why would you ever say that? I like maybe birds chirping, like caw, caw.
That's not gonna. No one's gonna listen to that.
No.
No, there's no water involved.
Well, you do the water. I'll do the caw.
What is this? Like a duck or a?
This is a river flowing through a jungle.
Okay.
It's sort of meandering through the jungle.
Let me get into character here.
Okay.
If I were jungle river water. Okay.
Got it?
Okay.
Okay. Go ahead.
Well, are you doing bird noises?
Yeah, I'll do bird noises.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, that's really nice.
See, I think that's perfect.
No, just a little more. Just a little more.
Caw.
Why is the bird questioning? Caw? No, caw. Oh,
I'm sorry, I'm laughing so hard.
we're so far off the rails today.
I was gonna say that there was a tiger, and then
I was hoping it was the chupacabra.
Well, it could be that.
The chupacabra.
Ooh, let's switch gears to that.
Okay.
La chupacabra.
I don't know that we've ever settled on a gear today,
No.
I think we can switch to whatever.
Guys,
we
if you
want.
listen to episode 6, there was never a gear set.
That's true. We were just kind of everywhere.
We tried to do a Forrest Gump thing that I'm pretty sure was boring.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Well, based on the surveys I took, namely my wife, it was the worst.
That was the worst. That was the lowest point we've had so far, according to today.
But, she's a negative person, so. Sometimes.
Okay.
I mean, we're all negative sometimes.
Sometimes we are.
I'm negative most of the time.
That's why I like you.
I'm not very positive at all.
your negativity results in positivity. So the chupacabra.
Yes.
Tell me everything you know about the chupacabra.
I know nothing about the chupacabra.
Tell me what you think about the chupacabra.
Basically, this is my knowledge of the chupacabra. We'll start there.
Great.
As a child, I watched an episode of Dexter's Laboratory
Great.
involving the chupacabra.
I didn't know that existed.
That's all that I know about it.
Okay, what happened in the episode?
I don't remember.
You don't remember?
I just remember they just kept saying, the chupacabra? And that's it.
Nathan, this is a great topic.
Yeah.
Here's what I know about the chupacabra.
Yeah.
I know that as a child of, I must have been like 12, maybe 13, I used to stay home from school. I would lie. I'd call my mom and tell her I felt sick.
Does she know about this?
Yeah, I think so.
Like, what's the statute of limitations on lying to stay home from school?
15 years.
It's 15 years?
I'm good. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it's if you look at the books, I mean, in the state of Tennessee, it's 15 years. In Kansas, I don't know.
Yeah, I'll have to check that out.
Check that out, yeah.
I never tried to get out of school officially.
Okay. Yeah. So I would stay home. I would fake sick or convince. This is really weird. This maybe gets into a little too much psychology. I would convince myself that I was sick.
Oh.
Like think myself into a headache.
I gotcha.
Stay home and watch a television program. I don't remember what channel it came on. I think it was on Sci-Fi. It was called Mysteries, Magic, and Miracles.
I like that because it's alliterative.
Yeah, it's very alliterative. Great program. I think it's all on YouTube now, actually. So if you want to watch it. And I'm pretty sure they had an episode about the chupacabra. And I think I've got the wrong description of it, though. Like, I remember hearing that it was half bat or
There are a lot of descriptions for it that I have actually heard.
Okay.
And I don't...
Well, I know that it, like, licks the blood from the wound of the animal or something.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's gross.
Maybe that's a bat that does that or something.
Yeah,
what do you know? Tell me what you know.
Well, let's see. It's been spotted in Texas.
I
know that much.
Mexico thing, right?
Yeah. And
Okay.
so people in Texas are near the Mexico.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're right there next to the Mexico. So they think they see the chupacabra all the time.
Right.
I remember a few years ago,
Okay.
someone had photographic evidence that they'd found the chupacabra.
Oh, interesting.
Except it really just looked like a bald, like, wolf.
Weird and disturbing.
Which is not, it wasn't great. And also, I don't think that's what anyone thinks it looks like. So I think it was just a thing.
Okay, it was just some sort of
They
creature.
just found a thing and called it that. That's all I know.
Okay.
I know very little about chupacabras.
Well, I had it in my head that it had like a mixture body between like a goat and a something else. And I don't know where that comes from.
That sounds right.
Does that sound right?
I don't know.
Okay.
I mean, as we've said, I'm not an expert.
And I might be confusing with the Jersey Devil, which I've heard a significant amount about as well.
Oh,
You just looked something up.
illustration of the chupacabra.
Oh, that's real creepy. That looks like an alien with spikes on it.
It's an alien with spikes all over its back and head, and then like reptilian feet
Yeah.
and like bird claw hands.
Yeah, and it's kind of short. It looks like maybe like a 2 foot tall thing.
That's based off of the original description in 1995. By the way, not very old.
Not very old for a myth thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's weird.
Its first sighting was in Puerto Rico, though, so everyone in Texas just shut up.
They migrate, I
Just
guess.
shut up. It's
Maybe
not there.
They have to fly or something.
There are no wings.
Maybe they get on boats.
Let's see.
Chupacabra. I feel like there's one under the table right now.
There are physical descriptions that vary.
Okay.
It is purportedly a heavy creature, the size of a small bear,
Huh.
and a row of spines reaching from the neck to the base of the tail.
All right, that's there.
Let's see.
We've seen that in 2 places.
It's reptile-like, with leathery or scaly greenish-gray skin. By the way, this is nothing like the picture I saw.
No.
So they need to stop calling that a chupacabra.
They do.
It's 3 to 4 feet high
Okay.
and stands and hops like a kangaroo.
Oh, very interesting. It's a little devil kangaroo dinosaur.
This one sounds more like what I saw. Another less common description is of a strange breed of wild dog. It's mostly hairless and has a pronounced spinal ridge, usually pronounced eye sockets, fangs, and claws.
Ugh.
It's said to drain all of the animal's blood and sometimes organs. Usually through 3 holes in the shape of an upside-down triangle, or through 1 or 2 holes.
Weird. That's entirely weird.
Yeah, so you know how you're always seeing animals where it's like someone sucked all of the stuff out of it with a straw?
I often see that.
That's what it's probably a chupacabra.
Oh. So, yeah, you've got a live eBay auction happening.
Yeah, I've got
right
an
now?
eBay auction happening. It says mint. I doubt it's actually mint. Let's be honest.
Uh-huh.
A copy of Miles Davis's album Kind of Blue.
This is exciting.
As we've established today, I like jazz.
You like jazz. I like jazz a lot, too, yeah. We're jazz heads here at SJK. Yep, we're calling it that sometimes.
Are we?
Yeah, we are. I'm really happy about
Do we have
calling
a
it that.
vote on that, or do you just...
I mean, we can,
have you just
but
declared it?
There's 2 votes, and I'm one of them.
Oh, I got outbid.
Oh, no.
I'm not bidding more.
You're done. So if you notice a distinctive change in the tone of my voice, it's because my mic died. And I'm going to have to take it in for further analysis.
And if you notice a distinctive change in my voice, that means there's something wrong with your ears, and you should probably go see a doctor.
You need to get that junk checked out.
Yeah.
Okay, so Chupacabra. We were talking about Mysteries, Magic, and Miracles, right? Mm-hmm. The show that I faked sick to stay home for as a child.
So how often did you fake sick?
I had to have done it like half a dozen times.
Okay. I never actually did it.
Okay.
But I did try one time.
Yeah.
So my parents were strict on when I would get to stay home.
Okay.
And the rule was if I had a fever or I was puking, I could stay home.
Right.
Those are the only 2 situations.
Okay, those are...
If I went, I don't feel very good.
Yeah, you're going to school.
Well, unless there is vomit coming out of your face, you're going to school.
Right.
So I got a bright idea. I think I was in 4th grade.
Okay.
Walking home from school. There was, the trees that have like the big... They're kind of like crab apples, but they like cherry. They look like cherries, but they're
totally.
like crab apple texture.
I don't know what they are, but totally, yeah.
So I smashed one of those.
Okay.
I thought to myself, hey, that looks gross.
Yeah.
If I were to get a bunch of this,
Right.
blend it up in a blender,
Okay.
fake vomit,
Oh, no.
I'm not going to school.
You didn't.
So
You cad, you.
I had my cargo pants on because that's what everyone wore back in the day.
They sure
children.
did. I was there.
I mean, cargo pants. That was where it was at.
You had to have a place to put all your cargo.
There's so many things you have to carry.
That's right.
Like, for instance, in this scenario, the little crab apple things. Just loaded my pockets with them with the intent of turning these into fake vomit. Got home,
Right.
forgot all about them. And then my mom, I had to have an awkward conversation when my mom the next week goes, hey, I was doing laundry.
Yeah.
And one pair of your pants just had like those little berry things, just that all in them,
All out in there.
everywhere.
Yeah.
So I never got to stay home and watch these shows.
Oh.
I feel left out.
You should. Well, we can catch up on it. I think it's all done, so you
Okay.
can watch it all. I remember there being one episode about these people. This was actually sort of scary to a child. It's still scary to an adult.
Okay.
There were these people who heard this tone. That's a dog. Dog nail sounds. Or it's the chupacabra.
Oh, man. How great of an episode would this end up being if the chupacabra showed up while we were doing
We
this?
would totally get a Stitcher Award.
Or at least a nomination.
Yeah, I hope so. I'd just like to get just a nomination, guys. So I stayed home to watch Mysteries, Magic, and Miracles. And these people on this particular episode had this tone in their head, like this constant tone, like a pure sine wave, like or something like that, constantly.
Okay.
And they were sort of exploring like if there was any connection between all the people. like what, because this was reported all over the country or whatever.
Right.
And, what is it? Is it a tumor? Is it some disease? Is it something wrong with their ears? And
Oh, boy.
everything checked out fine.
Oh, no.
So, any guesses?
So we still don't know what
We
it
still
was.
don't know definitively, but they put forth a couple theories like they do on these kinds of shows.
I would bet that their auras weren't pure.
They didn't posit that, but that's, that's
Apparently-
not out of the realm of possibility, Nathan.
Apparently, Jazz Nathan is also all about auras.
Jazz Nathan. Jazz Nathan.
Man, I don't know.
One person put forth the idea that it was the sound of angels in their heads.
Well, I don't like that.
It's kind of creepy,
And
right?
why would angels have a sound?
I don't know. Why would they have a persistent ooh sound?
Imagine. Okay. The idea, always
Yeah.
growing up in Sunday school, whatever,
Yes.
was you die and you go to heaven, which is a place that is mostly made of cloud,
Yes.
and there's angels everywhere.
Right.
How irritating would it be if you went to heaven
Right.
and there's a sound that every angel makes, and they're just walking around
Constantly.
and it's just a choir of these creatures just
Yeah.
I would be begging my way out of there.
Please let me go. I want to live another life on Earth.
Oh, that sounds miserable.
It does sound pretty bad.
Okay, so I don't like that answer at all.
Well, there's one answer for you.
Okay.
The other was like maybe there was some sort of weird chemical they ingested or something.
That seems
Some kind of brain
Better.
damage that was indetectable at the time. Mm-hmm. This would have been the 90s.
Did they have a connection at all? Like
Not really.
location?
No, I think they picked them. They heard about them from all over the country.
Okay.
And so they went to investigate. There's a lot of stuff on that show about like ghosts and things like that, and I like to watch that stuff, but I always get super creeped out.
See, I don't, because when I watch it, I just sit there going, that's a bunch of crap.
See, I wish I had that inside me.
I don't believe that.
Instead, inside me, I have this like wriggling thing of like,
I'm too skeptical. I want to believe some of this stuff. I
Yeah.
want to believe in conspiracy theories, particularly.
Okay.
Like every time I hear a conspiracy theory, I'm like, that would be great.
Is this part of Jazz Nathan or is this
No,
regular
this
Nathan?
is all Nathans.
Okay, all Nathans.
Like, I
Unified
really-
multiple Nathans.
Specifically, I want the conspiracy theory about Tupac faking his death
Okay.
to be true. Have you heard this one?
Not really in detail. I mean, I've heard glimmers of it.
Okay, so have you ever heard about Machiavelli?
Like the Prince?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he faked his death, according to legend.
Yeah. Now that you mention it, I remember that. Yeah.
So he faked his death. So there's all this stuff about how Tupac told everyone he was going to fake his death.
Okay.
He changed his rap name to Machiavelli.
What?
He has all. I can't even remember all of the signs now, but he in one of the songs,
Yeah.
he talked about how he would come back years later and all this, and like they have
What?
a specific date where people are like, okay, well, this is when he's going to come back.
Tupac.
Yeah, no, he's super dead. Like none of this is happening.
Okay.
But
All right.
how great would that
Oh,
be?
that would be so great. Yeah.
Like if he specifically faked his own death and told everyone he was doing it.
Absolutely.
And then came back and went, I'm Tupac, I'm back.
At what point did he change his rap name to Machiavelli? I don't remember that.
It was just a thing he did, apparently.
Before
I
he
don't know.
died.
Yeah.
Well, of course, before he died.
Yeah.
But
Like his last album, I think it may have still been listed as Tupac, but I think he called himself Machiavelli in it.
on the whole thing,
I think so.
that's really interesting. That's
So
really
how much
interesting.
how great would that be if that
Yeah.
was true?
Yeah.
Or I watched a TV show about what I can't even think of. George Washington was one of them. They planned Washington D.C.
The founders?
No, well,
Oh. You're talking about the Masons?
yes, the
Yes,
Masons.
The founders.
I mean, you're correct.
Yes, I am correct.
I
the Masons, yeah, the Freemasons.
I want so many of those conspiracy theories to be true too.
Speaking of,
here's the cover of his last album.
Oh, it totally says Machiavelli, but
Well, I mean, it's misspelled because
Machiavelli.
fun fact.
That's interesting.
Rappers in the '90s didn't like to spell correctly. They hate
Yes.
grammar
Yes.
and spelling.
It was partially on that label as well. Machiavelli as a label in Death Row and Interscope.
Right?
Producer Machiavelli, executive.
Yeah, that's him.
That's him. This is crazy.
So,
Wow.
I hope that he's not really dead, but I know he's really dead.
And on the cover, he's like on a cross.
Yeah.
Wow, that's intense.
That album, I've never actually listened to it. Let me start there because I don't like Tupac, and I know
You just like to think about him.
everyone that likes rap music goes, "No, you gotta like Tupac." You don't have to like Tupac.
You don't have to like anything.
No, stop
I'm here to
it.
tell you, you don't have to like anything.
But and this is getting way off of what we were talking about.
Yeah, it's all right.
The theory of the album, like his plan on it, it's called the 7-day theory.
Okay.
They did everything in 7 days.
The whole record?
I think he even wrote all of the lyrics in 7 days.
Wow, that's
The
intense.
album was completely finished in a total of 7 days. The lyrics were written and recorded in only 3 days.
Wow.
And mixing took 4 days.
That's really intense.
All in a week.
That's crazy, dude.
It is not his most popular album.
I can imagine why. I can totally imagine why.
Anyway. But, so that's an interesting idea for an album.
Yeah, that is interesting.
But
we could do that.
Knowing I don't really like Tupac, I really don't want to listen to an album that it was like Tupac just like half thinking about
Right.
everything. Just, here we go.
Yeah, whatever.
So.
Just go with it, man. Just
Yeah.
go with it. That that had to be the.
It's going to be fine.
It's gonna be fine. It's gonna
No
be
one
totally
cares.
fine. No one cares. Yeah.
I'm going to come back in like 30 years and fix it anyway,
Right.
so don't worry about it.
It's definitely an appealing idea, though.
Yeah.
What if he did come back? How would that change things now?
It wouldn't.
Do you think he would like murder like?
He'd come back and shoot Suge Knight.
Yeah.
That's what would happen. And everyone would go, yeah, that seems right.
I was gonna say maybe he'd come back and shoot the Black Eyed Peas.
No.
Or-
he probably wouldn't even waste a bullet with the Black Eyed Peas. They don't. They haven't earned it.
I love that it's a bullet for,
Yeah.
for all of the Black Eyed Peas.
Well, I mean, really, you take out either Fergie or Will.i.am, and you're done.
You're done. Yeah. Who are the other guys?
They
anyway?
are there.
Yeah.
They exist.
That's my rap name. I'm here. I are here.
I don't know that they ever even make noises.
They do. I've
Do
heard
they
it.
harmonize?
Yeah, they do something.
Is that?
They'll take a verse and stuff here and there. I've heard it. I've heard it happen.
That's a job I want. I want to be like the 5th Black Eyed Pea.
In the Black Eyed Pod.
Right. Like the other 4.
There's a podcast name. I'm sorry.
The Black Eyed Pod.
It's dedicated to the Black Eyed Peas.
I want to be in the Black Eyed Peas, and the order of importance is Will.i.am, Fergie,
Yeah.
the other 2 in some order. I don't know
The
what
Asian
they
guy
do.
and the other black guy.
Yeah, and then me,
The white
so
guy.
like, they might occasionally get a verse, and I just stand in the background with a tambourine the whole time, just dancing around.
It's not even a tambourine anymore. It's like a sample of a tambourine. So you just hit a button.
Right.
It goes. Shh.
I'm just pushing the button over and over. Yeah.
I love this idea.
Occasionally, I get to just shout like a random noise into the mic. I don't know how you get in touch with Will.i.am, but if someone could do that, that would be great.
I think he only accepts letters, like snail mail letters.
Telegrams.
Yeah. Fax.
Yes.
You can only get in touch with Will.i.am through
Mr.
fax.
Will.i.am, stop. We have a new band member for you, stop. Very good at tambourine button pushing, stop.
Stop. Also white.
Yes.
Stop.
Diversity. They're all about diversity.
They are all about diversity. Yeah.
I mean,
They're a diverse group. So, I've been watching a lot of James Bond.
yeah.
There's one movie, and I don't remember which one it is, where he gets a message to his watch.
Okay.
And it prints out the side like a little note. Prints out the side of the watch.
Wow.
Yeah.
That would be awesome.
It would. But it's like not practical at all, right?
No.
Like, it's like, yeah.
Oh, it's a terrible idea.
You get the little message. You have to tear it off, which is just it's so tactile. It's so appealing. I like that part.
Can you imagine now with all the smartwatches coming out?
Yeah.
If you got a watch that did that, so everyone else is looking at their watch, going, "Oh, well, my heart rate is blah blah blah," and you go, "Oh, let me check mine," and then just it slowly prints
whatever information you ask of it. So you
yeah, it's 75.
You throw it away, toss it on the ground. That would be great if all the litter around, like cigarette butts, were no longer like the number one litter, but it was just these little ticker dates from watches.
They look like little fortunes from fortune cookies.
Right. Like, you ever find a receipt or like a checkout receipt in either from the grocery store or like in a library book, you find like someone's receipt for checking it, and you like try to put together a picture about them in your head?
Oh, absolutely.
Like, oh, Jane Dawson, she is watching Le Chocolat, and she's reading J.K. Rowling, and she's listening to salsa music,
and she's a very sad person, and that's why she has a bag of cat food and three frozen lasagnas.
Oh, we found both things of hers. We found her grocery receipt and her library. Are we the NSA?
Yeah. No, I do that when I see someone at the store.
Oh, you like look at what they're buying?
Yeah.
Oh my God, you're my worst fear. I freak out about what I'm buying. I freak out about what I'm buying.
So during the storm,
yeah,
the great
Snowmageddon we talked about
the
earlier.
great Snowmageddon.
Yeah,
I don't really care about snow. Like, it doesn't scare me. So I went to the store.
It doesn't scare you.
No.
The concept of snow doesn't scare you.
You know how in Middle Tennessee, where we live,
right,
people react to precipitation like it's the last thing they're going to see before the nuclear holocaust starts,
we
and
still
we all are
consider
going
it
to
an
die.
act of God here. You know what I mean? Like, that's the...
It's raining. No.
I knew I shouldn't have looked at that on the interwebs.
So I went to Walmart to get some cheese for a recipe Tanae was making.
Okay.
And first off, I found this really amusing.
Okay.
Everyone always talks about milk and bread.
Milk and bread, you gotta get it.
Yeah.
Bread and milk.
So
I talk about bread and milk, not milk and bread.
Well, what?
Not to split hairs, but
well. So I'm walking through the groceries. All the bread is gone.
Yep.
I see up ahead, all the milk is gone.
Yep.
And then by the entrance at the Walmart,
yeah,
there's a whole thing of where they keep like juices and different beverages for people to just pick up real quick.
Yeah.
So all the juice is there, and all of the tea is there.
Yeah.
And every 12-pack of beer is gone. Every one of them. It's all empty.
That's the third member of the triumvirate. It's milk, bread, and Budweiser.
Right.
Yeah.
I think that means that they're really convinced it's going to be bad. Like, we're just going to get drunk and hope we make it.
And we're going to make milk bread sandwiches. Like, what do you do with just milk and bread? I don't get it, guys.
Well, if there's a storm, the two things you definitely want to get are perishables.
Right.
That's
exactly
what you want.
Right. You want something that will mold and something that will spoil.
Anyway, so then
it should be like bags of rice and cans of beans. Right.
If you're being smart.
Yeah.
There were a lot of people with frozen pizzas I saw.
I'd be down for that, but if the power goes out, you're screwed.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you could just
let it defrost,
hold it against your body. I don't
like family warm it up. Like, gather around, kids. We're gonna warm up this DiGiorno until it's not frozen anymore.
So
see, we're spending time together. I love you, Mom. Sorry.
There was a couple in front of me checking out.
Yeah.
And I did the same thing that you were just talking about. I was looking at what they had, and I'm going, well, they're not very good survivalists at all. Because they had a cart full of grocery, and you could tell some of it was there was a storm. They had a bunch of batteries and stuff.
It's good.
And then a watermelon.
Watermelon?
First off, it's winter. Why are you eating a watermelon?
How do you even get a watermelon this
They
time
had
of
watermelon.
year?
I don't know where the watermelon was at. And if there's a storm, you don't go get watermelon. You're not going to be sitting there during a blizzard going, well, wish I had some melon.
You know what I could go for?
Melon.
Something that is synonymous with summer.
Right.
Yeah.
And then they had, there were some energy drinks, which
Weird.
I mean, obviously, you need that. If they're most of this probably had nothing to do with the storm.
I hope so.
But I'm still in my head putting this together. Like, they wake up every morning and have their slice of watermelon. And then they got to get their caffeine fix. So they chug that rock star.
They pound that thing.
Yeah, and then, they're ready for the day. That's what they need. Anyway, so yeah, people like me are looking at what you buy and judging you by
I hate you. Why did you make this a reality?
Yeah.
I'm so afraid of that. I'm always
people do it.
I'm always like, I'm nervous enough that like the people, checking me out at the counter are judging me because they're usually like, what's this? Because I buy weird shit that not everyone buys.
Right.
Like umeboshi plum vinegar.
Oh, that's not that weird, though.
It's pretty weird.
No, the people, like, what would get you judged is if you, like, walked up to the cash register with, say, a knife and, lady stockings.
That's exactly what was in my head.
Yeah.
That's
you
so
have those
weird.
two things together. You want to go buy those, don't you?
No, that was in my head, though.
You buy those two things at the same time, you're going to get a stare.
And a copy of Wired.
Yeah. It's not.
I mean...
That's not a good choice.
Right.
Plum vinegar, no one cares.
No one cares?
No one's even going to notice that.
A lot of times they give me that look like, what is this, though? You know what I mean?
Well, that look you may get.
And I'm like, you stock this store. Like, you know what's in this store.
You shouldn't be asking
You
questions.
shouldn't judge me, number one.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if the guy behind me is you and you're judging me, that's one thing.
Yeah.
But if the employee is judging me, I'm a little more upset.
The other day, we were at, it may have been the grocery store, and I don't know why, but I had two people ask me while I was there where things were at.
Did you look? Where were you?
I think it was the grocery store.
Were you dressed? Did you
No,
have an
it was at
apron on?
Target, but I wasn't even wearing red or anything.
Okay.
They just...
Red and cargo shorts?
Yeah, they just walked up and were like, do you know where this is at? And I would go, no, I don't work here. And they'd go, oh, okay, and walk off. Two people did this. I don't understand what I'm exuding that makes people think I work there.
Yeah, I don't know.
So maybe that's why people are looking at you strangely with your plum vinegar, because they don't really even work there. They're like, I don't know what this is.
They're just checking me out.
And why are you handing me things? I'm just going to scan it real quick for you.
This
Leave
is
me
just
alone.
a hobby of mine.
This is the self-checkout, sir.
Maybe people are looking at you that way in Target because a lot of people in Target are kind of our age range.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know.
Maybe I just look like a leader.
I think that's it.
I don't know anything about that guy, but he definitely knows where I could find some S-shaped hooks for hanging of things.
If he was a Ninja Turtle, he would be Leonardo. That's what I know about that guy. Just by looking at him.
That's right.
He's a real go-getter.
And I am a total Donatello. I got to get over there and ask for some help here.
I need some direction in my life. I need to follow someone. Sir, can I follow you?
I'm like the Pied Piper of Target customers.
And you would totally be like, yeah, get in line.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Just
take a spot at the back.
File onto the line. It's good.
Follow me, my children. Ba-ba-da-ba.
We'll all be paying separately, so just get ready. This is a long checkout line.
I just want to be your minstrel if you ever have a traveling band of followers. Ba-ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba.
It's weird that I've mentioned two big box stores.
Yeah.
In the last 10 minutes.
Yeah.
I shop at other places. I just want that on the record.
I know you do.
I don't just shop at Walmart and Target.
But you do shop at Walmart.
Well, but not just Walmart and Target.
Right.
I shop at Walmart and Target.
Where else do you shop?
I don't know. Other places where it's sweatshop made. Apparently.
That's
That's all I buy is sweatshop stuff, apparently.
Who said that, apparently?
Well, I'm Walmart and Target.
Oh, well, yeah,
That's all it
true.
is.
That's true. Yeah. But Target is French sweatshops, right?
Right. Yeah. I mean, it's fancier sweatshops.
They have tea. Yeah.
I mean, really, at this point, anything I buy
Nice music in the
anywhere
background.
is probably from a sweatshop.
Well, in fact, you have to actively try not to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Most of it's from some sort of sweatshop.
And it's all bad news. It's all bad news.
I remember American Apparel
Oh, yeah.
how they were all braggarty about not having sweatshop
Yes.
factories, and then they got busted. Like, it was a USA made stuff, but they were not great working conditions in California.
No way.
I don't know that it was like full-fledged sweatshop
conditions,
but it was
not good
not
conditions.
good.
Oh my gosh, dude. Oh
So
my
you
gosh.
can't trust anyone is the moral of the story.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is intense.
American Apparel. What are you going to do?
I always admired them.
No.
I never shopped there, but I aspired to shop there.
Oh, I didn't aspire to shop there. It's way too expensive.
Is it? Is it high?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I didn't realize
It's
that.
that's what for a while every band was making their band T-shirts out of
Yeah,
American
I noticed
Apparel
that.
shirts.
I noticed that.
And they would be going, "This is so much softer and nicer," and I would wear it and go, "It's a shirt.
It's the
not
same.
that much different."
It's a cotton blend.
Just admit that it's a trend and you like the trend and you're jumping on the trend. I'm fine with that. I don't
okay.
care.
It's okay. And they're always on the back of like the whatever scene town magazine. Like we have the Nashville scene. Like they're always on the back of that.
Yeah.
But in Atlanta, it was called Creative Loafing.
Loafing?
Loafing.
Loafing.
Creative Loafing. Yeah. Which is
I
a
like
cool
it.
name for a magazine. Yeah.
Man,
Yeah.
now the scene just sounds
Dumb
boring.
and lazy.
Yeah.
Honestly. Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
that sounds like a made up. Like if you were making a CW program about a young 20-something woman who gets a job at a hip local magazine,
Yeah.
The Scene is what it would be
Oh,
called.
absolutely. Yeah. Except in reality, it was called Creative Loafing.
Yeah. Well, that's better.
It's better. It's way better.
So Nashville Scene needs to step up their game.
Step it up.
Just anything would be better than
Oh,
that.
yeah. By the way, I would love to write an article for you, Nashville Scene. I know you would, Nathan.
Oh,
I'd love to
absolutely.
review a record, or I don't know.
I should start my own magazine.
The Nathlet Scene.
Yeah. It's just me ranting about things on every page.
I like that.
Like,
so we just print out your blog and like
Deviled eggs. What's so deviled about them? Why do we call them that?
discuss other foods.
When I go to
I'm
East
angry, yeah.
Nashville, I get annoyed with hipsters. Blarg.
I don't self-identify that way. Roar.
What's the deal with your floppy stocking caps?
Is that a thing? Floppy
Yeah.
stockings?
No, they all have the floppy stocking caps.
Well, I hate to do this, but I hear a child screaming upstairs. And
Still?
it's been a while. Either that or it's in my mind like the angel sounds.
Maybe that's what the angels sound like. Screaming children.
And with that image in your mind,
That's not better.
we hope you have a great week. Happy sushi jackknifing, everyone.
Sushi jackknife.
Good night.